Ladies and gentlemen, money, money, money part two, Serbian money. This young lady right here that you're looking at on the 200 dinara note, or 200 dinara, as it's known in Serbian, it's worth roughly $2.18 United States money, and that's according to Google's current calculations. Her name is Nadezhda Petrovic. She was born in Čačak, Serbia, and she's one of the most famous Serbian women painters of forever. And she was born like in the late 1800s and early 1900s. She passed away in 1915 of typhus during the war. But she's famous for a lot of different paintings, the Impressionist style. And she was also a big Serbian patriot. She volunteered in the Balkan Wars, and she was issued a medal. I forget what it was called, the Medal of, I don't recall, something like that, for her assisting the Red Cross, helping Serbian military men that had been hurt in the Balkan Wars. And she also volunteered again in World War I, and that's where she contracted typhus and she passed away. So she was a young lady, good Serbian patriot from Čačak, Šumadija, the middle of Serbia. We got another picture over here on the back, and a little monastery, forgive me, I don't know which one. You got the Serbian crest here, you've got your serial number and all that stuff. So it's kind of an orange got an orangish tint to it. You've got your seal here, and inside you can see there's her watermark. So there's $2.18. With this here, you can get, what can you buy in Serbia for 200 dinars? You can get a big burger like a Velika Pljeskavica. You can get 2 liter of some pivo, like Apatinsko pivo. So you can do a lot of things with this. You could actually get 2 or almost 3 bus rides in Serbia for 200 dinars. Next, what do we got here? Here we've got the next bill, and this is Petsto dinara, excuse me, which means 500 dinara. This gentleman right here is Jovan Svejic, and Mr. Svejic was born in Loznica. You know what? Sorry, I should do this all in a row. This 500 dinara is worth approximately $5.46 American. And with 500 dinara, you can buy many, many things. You can get a decent meal in some restaurants, maybe even a beer with it. You know, it depends on where you go and how classy the place is. But you can do quite a bit with this. You know, you can get a lot of meat for that price and everything here in Serbia. But anyway, back to this guy, Jovan. He was born in Loznica, which is in western Serbia, right over there by the Bosnian border. And he was actually a Serbian geographer and geologist. He's actually the founder of geography here in Serbia. He was born in 1865. One of his most famous publications, he had many, many publications and did lots of research here in the Balkans. There was one called the Balkan Peninsula of 1918, which is very, very famous. And even after World War I, they actually contacted him, and he helped show the new boundaries of Yugoslavia after World War I. So that was kind of a neat thing. He's also, I know him because he's got a big statue in Studentski Park here in Serbia, which is where I like to go and sit and drink beer. So anyway, that's it. You've got some of his geographical deals on here. You've got the Balkan Peninsula. You've got, it says Narodna Banka Serbia, which you know what that means. That means People's Bank of Serbia, Petsto dinara. It's got inside, it's got his watermark, it's got his face on the back of it. It's kind of a colorful one. So you've got more pictures of him. Let me focus that better. There's the Cyrillic, Petsto dinara, and many, many different little things. I don't even really know what all this is, but it doesn't matter. That's it. And you know, like I told you before, it's just a little bit bigger than the 200. Next one. Now we're getting into some money here. These become more worthwhile. This in here is 1,000 dinara or Hiljadu dinara. You can see it changes. That's why Serbian's confusing. These here, you see, are dinara. Can you see that? Dinara. And then it goes to, when you go to 1,000, for some odd flippin' reason, it goes to Hiliadu dinara. This is why I can't learn this freaking language. It's kind of a pink colored, and it's a lot longer. This is worth quite a bit of money. This is, or not quite a bit. I mean, it's worth, what, $10.93 American. It's got a little picture. This must be Pančevo, because this fine gentleman, George Weifert, he's actually German descent, and he was born in Pančevo. He used to be the richest man in Serbia. He's known as the father of mining here in Serbia. His family used to own a copper mine and bore gold mines, coal mines. He was also, before all that, they created the first brewery here in Serbia, in Pančevo actually, Weifert. And they made some pivo there in Pančevo. He's also the 5th governor of the Bank of the National Bank of Serbia, but he was a very, very wealthy man. You can see the back of it. You got another picture of that fine gentleman. You've got this little thingy here. You got the other stuff, and inside you've got his little watermark. And with 1,000 dinara, you can do quite a few things. This, you could get a night in a hostel, in a decent hostel for this. You could actually travel from Serbia down to Belgrade and back, or Belgrade to Kragujevac and back for 1,000 dinara. You can go to a lot of places on a bus for 1,000 dinara. You could also buy quite a few things. You could have a really, really nice meal somewhere. So that's that one. Next one, 2,000 dinara we've got here. And this is, it's a little bigger. Let me show you. If you can see that. I need to put this on automatic. I don't know why, but it's a little bit bigger than the 1,000, of course. And this gentleman, well, let's look at it first. It's kind of a light green color. What else has it got on it? Got a little seal here. Inside, you've got Milutin Milankovic is his name. And Milutin Milankovic is, he was born in present-day Croatia in the late 1800s, I believe. And he was a mathematician, an astronomer, geophysicist, civil engineer, professor, climatologist, an absolute genius. And he did, when it comes to astrology, he did 2 major contributions to global science. One of them is called the Canon of the Earth's Insolation, which characterizes the Earth's climate of all the planets in the solar system. Does that make sense? Did I say that right? I'm trying to read it as I do this. It characterizes the climate of all the planets in the solar system based on their location to the sun. And also something called Milankovitch cycles that explains the Earth's long-term climate change caused by the position of the Earth in comparison to the sun. This explains the ice ages and it will explain the future of the Earth's climate. So he's very, very popular. He actually has a crater in Mars that's named after him. And there's also an asteroid belt that was discovered in 1936 that's named 1605 Milankovic. So he's very, very famous. If you're into astrology and different things like that, you'll know him. Very, very smart man. God, he's got more degrees than I can even count. And there's his picture on the back. 2,000. And this one, as you'll see, it changes. This is another reason. I told you, God, this is frustrating in Serbia. This is called Dva Hiljade dinara. It's no longer Hiljadu, like the 1,000. So it's confusing. Hiljade, okay? And now, and this one here, sorry, this one's worth about $21.85. And you don't get these very often. This is a bill that you don't get too often unless you go to like the post office or you get a Western Union or a bank. If you take this into a shop, many places get irritated because they don't like it, okay? But it's a light green color. Now we got the last bill in the Serbian money. This is the highest bill that you can possibly get here in Serbia. It's kind of a pink color, a purplish color. It's got a purplish tint to it. And it's the largest of all the other bills. I'll show you in just a second. You've got your little seal down here. You've got inside, you've got this fine gentleman here, and his name is Slobodan Jovankovic is his name. He was born in Novi Sad. And this gentleman, he was a historian, he was a journalist, a jurist, and a sociologist. He had many, many things that he did. But he was actually also, for a very, very, very short time, there was some intern government right before 1941 that was formed here, and he was a prime minister of that government. But once the Germans got here and occupied, he fled with King Peter II to Israel and then to London. So he's known as actually, how would you say it, the Obrenović and the Karađorđević dynasties. He's known as the leading genius on them. I mean, he knows about everything that you could want to know about him. And he's known as Yugoslavia's greatest authority on constitutional law. What else is there? That's really about it. They've got a plaque dedicated to him in London, in Kensington, actually, that says Professor Jovanović, Serbian historian, literary critic, legal scholar, and Prime Minister of Yugoslavia. So I guess he's well regarded in England. But that's it. Purple one on the back. You've got him again. He looks like Winston Churchill there, doesn't he? Kind of. There he is again. You've got some little statement from him, I guess, on here. And I really don't know what it is. I apologize. But here you can see, once again, the crazy... Damn, Charlie, how do I focus that? Then it goes to Heliada, okay? Heliadae, Heliada dinara. And this is called Pet Heliada dinara. So that is so confusing. You've got Heliadu, Heliadae, and Heliada, okay? And now let me focus this again, and I'll show you quickly. All of these together, kind of how they look. There's a little bit of a difference, slight difference in size and width and girth and all that stuff. In my previous video, I'm gonna get off here because this is taking forever. I made a mistake in my last video when I showed all the smaller denominations of coin. This, a 10 and a 20 dinara, they come in a note and in a coin. The coins are still in circulation. And they're a very, very popular collector's item that they release. Similar to the USA, they'll release different ones, different quarters in the USA for different states and such. With the 10 and the 20 dinara coin, they do that here in Serbia. And this is the symbol of the Serbian National Bank. So I was incorrect on that one. But it is still in circulation. And that's it, my friends. That is all Serbian money. The bills, once again, you've got, in my previous video, the lowest bill that you can get in Serbia is a 10 dinara. Then you've got a 20 dinara, 50 dinara, 100 dinara, and then the 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. That's it, my friends. I'm going to upload this. It's going to be a long video. Thank you very, very much. We got colorful Serbian money. Do Virginia.